Hey, Jets fans, this is GreenBean, and I'm here in my little corner that I call GreenBean Studios with some thoughts I'd like to share with you. There's a lot going on in Jetsville right now, and even though I put out the podcast and I just sent in a Jetnation video today, um, I have these larger projects and stuff that are going on, but it doesn't give me the ability to share these nightly thoughts with the news that comes out on a daily basis. And right now we are in a pretty concentrated news stream for the New York Jets. So I had this idea that maybe I'll throw you guys a little vlog, 3 to 5 minutes of some thoughts, nothing crazy, and we can kind of discuss what's going on today. So today's a pretty big day. We had the whole Robert Saleh day yesterday, and we know how that ended. They met this morning with Christopher Johnson, and somehow, some reason, the deal died. Our beat reporters are excellent by telling us things that they don't even know. That's what it boils down to. They don't know anything. Joe Douglas's house is locked, and they don't know much. Okay, we all have a couple sources. I'm not getting anything right now. The sources that I do trust were telling me it's all but a done deal with Saleh. Clearly it's not. Saleh, as we know, is on his way down to Philadelphia. So that brings us to tonight's happening, which is they're having dinner with Arthur Smith. I hope they're going to Arthur's Steakhouse, one of my faves when I lived up there. Good steak. I miss it. When I go back up to New Jersey, I'm going to go to Arthur's. I'm going to take my wife there. So that's maybe something like that. That's where they're eating tonight. But so Arthur Smith, I wanted to tell you a few things about this guy that maybe you don't know. And let's process this for a second. So Arthur Smith's father. Anybody know who Arthur Smith's father is? No? Arthur Smith's father is the gentleman who thought up and started FedEx. So FedEx, as we know, is one of the larger companies in this world, and Robert Saleh grew up with that, in that family, in that household. So with a lot of success, a lot of really high-level leadership around, and all that sort of stuff. Now, Robert Saleh, when he got the job as the quality assistant for the for the Titans, he is really, one of his positives, they're saying, is that he never mentioned this to anybody that he worked for, whether it was Malarkey, Weisenhunt, or now Vrabel. They didn't know that he never used that. He never used his pedigree to advance his career. As a matter of fact, he kept it quiet. Okay, I think he probably felt like he wanted to earn it himself. He didn't want to use it, which is, not always the case with people who have successful families. They like to let that be known and maybe use a little bit of their influence. So Arthur Smith did not do that, and that's a positive. The other positive, well, it's perceived as a positive, and let's leave it as one. So the other thing is that Arthur Smith is really known for is his reserved and calm demeanor. So he doesn't get too happy, he doesn't get too sad, he doesn't get too angry. He's even most of the time. And a lot of people think that's a positive because he doesn't lead with emotions, which is good. He doesn't let the emotions get the best of him. Let's say it that way. So that can be perceived as a positive as well. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't love Arthur Smith as a head coaching candidate for some of the similar reasons that I feel, I don't like Joe Brady as a head coaching candidate. Now, that's not to say I don't like them as football coaches. I don't like them as the head coach of the New York Jets because the calm demeanor thing, the reserved, don't let emotions get to him thing, doesn't that sound familiar to you? Doesn't it? It should, because that's what both Todd Bowles and Adam Gase had in common. Now, Adam Gase would let it get out in, press conferences with reporters and stuff. He would get a little snippy and things like that. But overall, he just kept calm, straight, never got too angry, never got sad. Todd Bowles, same way. They said Todd Bowles behind closed doors was a little bit different. I don't know. I struggle to believe that. There was one story that came out and said Todd Bowles smashed a table or something like that. I don't know. I've never seen that confirmed, and I struggle to believe that that ever happened. So the calm demeanor thing, while it can be a positive, it spooks me a little bit about our head coach. Not using the family background, that's a positive. That's a positive I'll buy into. Trying to earn your own keep and carve your own path in this world, and I do respect that. But it doesn't do anything for me to think that that's something that can override the fact that he only has 2 years of coordinator experience. He was a tight ends coach, I believe he was a wide receivers coach, and he was a offensive quality assistant coach. So I'm not really sure what everybody likes about him. I do trust Joe Douglas. So if he does choose, Arthur Smith, I'm going to trust it. But me personally, I could really use a little bit of information. I'm not finding anything that, even the offense, Derrick Henry, it seems like he feeds the ball to Derrick Henry, low percentage or high percentage passes for Ryan Tannehill a lot of the time. I'm not that impressed. I think a couple games I was very impressed. Last year in the playoffs, I was impressed. But again, it was just like Derrick Henry took the game over. Now, blocking schemes, I get it. He's good. He's a good offensive coordinator. But he's been doing it 2 years. And the game the other day against this year against the Ravens, I think it was the Ravens. I'm tired. But the game in the playoffs, they didn't look too good. And it seems like he might have gotten figured out. And that happens. But it doesn't seem like these are items that would catalyst someone to being considered the head coach of the most dysfunctional franchise in the National Football League. So if you guys have any information, if you have anything that, hey, Bean, didn't you know this? What about this stat? Let's talk about it in the comments, because I'm looking to like this guy. And I'll say this, I'm really hoping Dable and Joe Brady get their second interviews, maybe even some more first interviews with guys like Roman and Martindale and Fitzgerald. So, that all said, vlog number 1 is complete, and I will wish you adieu. Good night, Jetnation.